Hey, everybody. I hope you are doing fine. It is Say Less Saturday. It's a beautiful day outside. It is 4th of July weekend, and I hope everyone plans to be safe. I know that, we tend to go to cookouts and go see our family and loved ones, but make sure that you are planning to be as safe as possible. But today I wanted to talk about a few things being complacent, also just talking about, never assume. We assume that we just got everything on lock, right? We got this. You got a job, you learn a position, you've been doing it for years, you figure I got this. It's nothing else I need to know, nothing else I need to learn. We do the same thing in our relationships, marriages, friendships, even with our children. And also I want to talk about being lukewarm. What's your temperature? What are you doing different to be better? What are you doing? The same, producing the same, behaviors, it's going to produce the same results. The same actions, it's not going to bring forth any new behavior, progress. It's when I think about like my marriage, I have to be better. I can't be mediocre. I can't assume, oh, I got him. You know, what are some of the things you did when you first got married? Are you still doing those things? What are some of the things you did, when you first got your child? Or not first got your child, but when you were pregnant and your child turned one, like those beginning stages where you were just excited and you would read to them and, just teach them things. And as they got older, did you continue that? Or did you pretty much let them learn things on their own? Or are they learning things from the outside world, the street, the internet? Being complacent, being comfortable, you don't grow. And if you're stretching and if you're growing, if it's uncomfortable, then it's working. And this is for me, to whoever receives it. I'm thankful if you do. But I was thinking about this and I was listening to TD Jakes as I was walking this morning. And it was one of those ouch moments like, ooh, because like I said, you meet your husband, right? And when you first meet, you're doing all these little cute lovebird things, and you're walking through the park and holding hands and reminiscing and staying on the phone all night giggling, and you got so much to talk about. But as we become comfortable, the conversations lessen. The spur of the moment, sporadic things decrease. And then you find yourself in a routine. And then we wonder why the relationship doesn't work, why it ends, because we're not doing anything to keep that spark going. God said, because you are lukewarm, neither hot, neither cold, I will vomit you out my mouth. I don't want to be lukewarm. I don't want to be lukewarm in my relationship with God. I don't want to be lukewarm with my relationship as far as my husband, my children, being an entrepreneur. Like the drive should be the same and you should go hard at whatever you do. Don't become lackluster. Don't get comfortable and just feel like, oh, it's okay, I got it. There's always room to grow. There's always room to learn. I don't care how long you've been on a job. Doesn't mean that you still can't learn. We need to always be open and receptive, you know, remain teachable. That's something my husband always says, but it's true. Remain teachable. Change is always constant. And it's a fast paced environment. Technology changes. There's new things that's being produced every minute. And if you don't stay on top of it, you're going to fall behind. And how do you stay up with things if you're not willing to learn? Right. So, my message today, just make sure that you are going as hard as you were when you first began, but also make sure that you're making time. I'm a visionary. And another thing that hit me that TD Jakes was talking about was visionaries often get lost because we're so busy looking toward our future. We're so busy looking toward our then that we forget about our now. I have to remind myself to still devote my time to that which needs it or to those who need it. I can't be that focused on what the future holds or preparing for my future that I'm not enjoying the now. My family, my husband, my children, my friends, just, making sure that I'm still living, not so engulfed in preparing for the future. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to craft this, I got to craft that. And though it may be true, I still have to live in my right now, my right now. And it's a big aha moment, and I just love learning. I love learning. I love being able to, being convicted is a good thing, right? When you hear something and you're like, oh yeah, that was for me, that's growth. Not being in denial that, we all need to be corrected, we all need to learn, we all need to, admit our faults, be accountable. And I want to be the best that I can be, so if that's me sitting down, taking a moment and reflecting on, okay, I can be better at this, I could stand to do this a little bit different, I may be able to do that a little bit better, reflecting on the things that we said, how we acted in a particular situation, trying to just be overall be better, you know. So I'm just looking at the things that I need to work on, and I'm like, okay, all right. And it's hard, but it again is growth. Don't worry about the other person. Don't worry about how they are reacting. Don't worry about if, they're changing or not. You stay focused on what you need to change. You stay focused on what's good for you, what you need to do. Make sure that you're doing right in God's eyes. Make sure that you're walking in His image. You let Him handle it. Let Him handle the things in which you can't control. Learn to have faith. And that's a battle for me. Like, I'm not a battle, but every day it's just a journey, strength, endurance, and saying, okay, God, I had an aha moment. I'm like, girl, you still ain't take your hand off it. Take your hand off it and let God be God. You have to. You can't make decisions on your own and figure like it's going to work out how it should work out. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't need God. And I need God. I need Him every day, every minute, every moment. So that means that I have to get out of my way, sit down somewhere. Like my grandma used to say, girl, sit down somewhere and let God do what God does. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all be safe. Enjoy yourself, fireworks, eat, and be merry. Just don't do too much. Don't turn up too bad. But I love you all so much. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Leave a comment if this touched you in any kind of way. Give me feedback if you felt like I could have did a little bit more or it was too much or we like I said, always room to learn. Love you. Y'all have a great day.